Yo, what's up, guys? Today, I have just seen Squid Game Season 3, and I felt the need to do a brand new tier list featuring the Season 2 characters, because no one has made a Season 3 characters one, but there's really no new substantial characters in Season 3 that aren't in Season 2. So, yeah, I figured I'd just use the Season 2 one. Overall, Season 3, I honestly believe was the best season of the whole series. That seems to me like an unpopular opinion, because I've seen a lot of people hating on this season so far. I don't really understand why. I mean, I kind of do, because I can understand how this season would be divisive, because it doesn't end in a happy way, really. I mean, there's happy moments, but all in all, the entire show is just depressing as fuck. Like, even more so than the first two seasons. There's rarely any comedic scenes aside from like the few scenes you get with Junho's like assistant guy there, this guy. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to update my character tier list based on how the characters were in season 3. All right, let's see here. You were not in season 3, so I'll leave you out. This guy stayed the same. I didn't like him anymore or dislike him anymore. I can't remember where I put him, but I think B tier, middle of the road, is fair. You were not in season 3, I'll leave you there. Minsu. All right, so I got quite a bit of heat for having Minsu too high. A lot of people didn't like Minsu, but I feel like he's more understandable now in season 3. I honestly feel like he should be a more respected character. I don't think A though. I think B. Like, he doesn't have that much development. Really, all that we have to him is he lost this girl from season 2. So then he goes on like a downward spiral after that, and he starts taking the drugs that were left over from Thanos. And he starts to like have hallucinations of her and shit. And yeah, he has a cool moment in the end when he dies, but that's about it. There's more to it, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Nothing that really stands out as, oh, I have to change him immediately. I want to talk about the captain, because I don't know if I misinterpreted this or not, but it kind of seemed as if this guy was the recruiter's dad. Maybe? Maybe I'm misremembering something, because I remember the recruiter talking about his dad, but maybe his dad was like dead or something, and I don't remember that. Actually, no, wait, what am I talking about? Yeah, his dad is dead. Okay, I don't know why I interpreted it this way, but we know that Captain Park knows the recruiter. They even like went on a fishing trip together, so just having that little thing there added more depth to him, I think. Still only like a B though. MG Coin. I forget what his actual name is. See, okay, here's the thing. I expected him to have a redemption arc, which was why I ranked him. I'm pretty sure I ranked him relatively high in season 2, but he has the farthest thing from a redemption arc. Now, I got there was a bit of confusion in my season 2 tier list when I did this. When I have the tier list love to hate, when I have them in the bottom, right? It's not that I don't like the character. I think that MG Coin was well written, because as the series went on, you kind of knew like, okay, it's impossible for this guy to have a redemption. If he has a redemption after everything he's done, it won't make any sense at all. So yeah, I'm happy with where he ended up and how much he really degraded. But it went from me being on his side to me wishing that he would die, and thankfully, spoiler alert, he did. All right. Thanos isn't in season 3. Namgyu. Namgyu actually worked with MG Coin during season 3, and he didn't do a whole lot aside from the whole pills thing. And he was kind of just like an annoying sidekick until he ended up dying. So, not really much to say about him. I didn't like him initially. I don't really like him much now. Alright, who's next? This ad is covering some of the characters. Good job, ad. Okay, I'll get the top ones out of the way so it stops doing that. Gyun. Alright, let's get Gyun out of the way. Still S tier, obviously. His development just got better and better. There's not a single bad thing I can say about his development. The only thing was that it was kind of weird to see him suddenly become so violent and willing to kill. I mean, he wasn't exactly he ended up killing Daiho in the fourth game, but he hesitated a whole bunch, and in the end, it ended up being self-defense. So I think Gi-hoon's arc of not actually killing anyone still kind of stayed true throughout the entire series, and it just made his death very, very impactful. I know that a lot of people didn't like that, but I think he went out in an amazing way because he was able to sacrifice himself to protect the baby while also bringing an end to the Korean games. He managed to bring down the Korean games. I mean, technically, it was because of the arrival of Junho and all the cops, but if Gyun didn't get into contact with them and go into the games, then they wouldn't have been able to try and get to the island as well as they did. So, yeah, overall, his arc was absolutely amazing. Let's do the front man next. Obviously, he's still S tier. We only see more of his development in this season, and it just goes to further contrast him and Gyun. They're like total opposites. You see how Inho had the same talking to that he gave Gi-hoon by Il-nam. They actually brought Il-nam for a flashback in, at least his voice, and he basically tried to pressure Inho into basically cheating to win, where you weren't supposed to kill anyone in between the games, but he ended up slitting the throat of every single competitor. And then when he asked Gi-hoon to do the same, Gi-hoon didn't follow suit. So that was a moment that I really liked, and it showed how different they truly were. And I feel as though Inho taking care of the baby in the end and giving it to his brother was an interesting choice. I think it shows that Inho still has some humanity in him, especially after seeing how Gyun had basically showed that even though the world is pretty fucked and there's a lot of bad people, there is good people too. Not everybody is bad. The old lady and her son. The old lady is definitely better. I think A is fair. When she ended up hanging herself, I was like, no! I was kind of confused by that, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that she would have at least stuck it out for a little while, but I feel like it was a more, I feel like it would have been, I feel like it was a more satisfying way for her to go, because she went out on her own terms, as opposed to dying during the jump rope game, which she obviously wouldn't have made it through with her frail body. And the thing that they gave her when she had to kill her son, man, that was just crushing. That was the son's best moment, where he ended up not actually killing anyone at the end of the game. Overall, all the games in season 3 were top tier television, especially game 4 though. Game 4 was just amazing. I think I'd put him in B. Daiho. See, this is what I'm saying. People really were against me for not liking Daiho, but come on, can you really like him after season 3? He lied about being a Marine, and he just tried to put the blame on everybody else. Okay, yeah, I'm sure most people in real life would act like how Daiho acted, where he kind of just failed to do anything. but that doesn't mean he's a likable character at all. Okay, this lady is also love to hate. She was great entertainment, along with the old guy who was like 10 billion won in debt. They were all great entertainment, but I hate them so much. Where is the... I don't see... Yeah, they don't have the... Wow, that's weird. They don't have the North Korean number 11 guard there. But her development was great. And then I guess I'll just put the Black Mask on in her place, because the Black Mask didn't really do much. He did, but he didn't really have much of a character. He was more just a driving force for number 11. I think A. But just to avoid confusion, if people just skip to the end, I'll just put him in C. But if it was number 11, it'd be like A. Junho, I like that he actually got to do something in the end, but I feel like he was kinda not really doing much for season 2 for sure, and then definitely the start of season 3. And then he didn't even get to really have much of a meeting with Inho at all. Like, Inho definitely still cares about him since he left the entire prize money with him, and he also gave him the baby and all that, but I don't know, I wish we would have got to see more of their relationship, and we never really got to see much of it. But still, just I like him from season 1, so he can stay in A. Like, he didn't degrade as a character at all in seasons 2 and 3. He just didn't really do that much. Okay. 246. Also more just like a driving force for number 11. I guess we could put him in number 11's spot. I'll put him in A. Because he didn't really do much. But at the end of the day, he was the only one who survived in the end out of all the players. Alright. So, what's her name? Myunggi? No, it's not Myunggi. What is it? Oh, I forget. She is definitely moving up. I think I put her in like B last time, maybe, but after the 4th game where she literally sacrificed herself to save Junhee and the old lady, like when she could have just gotten to the end and left them behind, that solidified her as an all-time great and a great example of the best of humanity. So it's unfortunate that she didn't make it out. And last but not least, Junhee. I don't know where I put Junhee before, but definitely S. Did I put... Who else did I haven't... I could have sworn I had other characters in S. Is this really all? Did I put Junhee in S last time? I'll have to look back, but there's no doubt in my mind that she is an S. Her baby created such an interesting dynamic for the whole remainder of the games. Her death was crushing. Like, I don't usually cry much at any media, but that was just insane. I didn't expect her to die that early. And it just solidified my hatred for MG Coin because of how much of a cunt he was constantly being to her no matter what. He would always promise things and then never come through on his promises. And that's why I kind of thought they were always setting up a redemption arc for MG Coin, because he kept failing and failing and failing, and I thought he was going to come in clutch in the end. But no, he just degraded even more. But that's not really something I hold against the show, because it kind of shows how corrupt he was the whole time. Yeah, I guess that's my list. I guess my top 3 are Gi-hoon, In-ho, and Junhee. I don't really know how I would rank the 3 of them. But yeah, this is my list. Let me know if you agree.